What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Global Trading Software YouTube channel. I'm your host, Daniel Moore, and we are just in time for the open this morning. Some fantastic news came out. I'm not going to lie to you. I have no idea what news is good news and what news is bad news, because what seems to me like bad news, like, inflation going up and all this other stuff, everybody took it as good news. But who cares, right? We're just trading reaction, right? So the things that we're going to look at today, we're going to be following. We are are about a minute into the open, and we're not seeing a whole lot here. But some things that we're going to be looking at today. I know that there's been a lot of questions lately on the global trading software Discord on like how to's and like rule sets and stuff like that, as well as some pricing and whatnot. So we're going to go over all those things today, and maybe I can help answer some questions that have been coming up lately. So I passed my gauntlet again using the XBRAT system in its entirety. I got the range breakout indicator, session ranges, I think is what it's called on here, but it's all range breakout indicator on the website, which definitely attributed to quite a bit of the wins. Early on, I was able to do something like that, get into a trade, and then in that first 30 minutes to an hour be done, just because of the accuracy of that strategy. So we're going to cruise through real quick. We're going to take a look. I know that I had my levels up somewhere. We'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go out, zoom out to the hour here. Let's see what's happening. Did we break through the bottom of all those? Yep, we done. We're done. All right, so looks like we got some fresh air back up to into the 16s here. This gap right here from where we're at. I'm sure there's some pockets of resistance in there somewhere. Let's find them. So we've got. All right, so this is where we're at right now. Boom, boom. So we're in this zone right here. All right, but it seems like once we break above that, we've got some pretty good open air back up to 16,160 ish, 16,150, 160 ish, and that way, it'll give you a target, I suppose, to go to. That looks like there might be some mid level right around the 16,100. But either way, we've got some pretty decent fresh air to the top side there. Might be worth looking at. I know I will be. Waiting on a good signal to pop in here. London session. I guess it was just kind of flat. Yesterday was super weird too. Yesterday was super weird was it? I think Powell was talking yesterday. It was just wow. It's amazing what makes this market move, right? So what we're going to look at here first thing is we're going to look at this opening range indicator. As soon as this first 15-minute candle is done populating right there, we are going to get a closer look at it. Okay, so we're looking at. I would say naturally, okay, you're going to find some sort of sells or buy orders. Buy orders if you're coming down to, sell orders if you headed up to that 16,000 flat range, or those big giant even numbers. It's just a good spot to have if you're guessing. It's a good spot to have some buys and sell orders, right? So it may take it just a little bit to break through this area right here, this 50 to 30 to 50 point range right here, to get back into the 16,000s. But I think overall we could be seeing some good movement today. And honestly, this whole system relies heavily on two things: discipline and patience. Discipline and patience, right? Paul refers to this whole system as, a sniper who has been camping out on a target for a ton of time, putting in the work, and he's waiting on that one clear shot, right? And that's exactly what this is. You don't have to force a ton of trades, right? You don't have to make things happen. You just wait for the signals to pop up. Then you go in, you do your due diligence. You're looking left. You're trying to find that support and resistance. And then you take the trade, or you don't take the trade. You find reasons not to take the trade. If you can find reasons not to take the trade, then don't take the trade. If you're not comfortable with the trade, don't take the trade. If you see one, because there's going to be, even if 90% of the trades you look at are ones that you're like, man, I don't know, I'm not going to take that one. There's going to be that 10% where you're like, I'm taking this trade because it's just everything just lines up and it's screaming, get in, you know. So yeah, so patience and discipline, right? And it's honestly the discipline to have patience is basically what that boils down to. And I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. Um, and I think that might be one of the biggest stumbling blocks or biggest issues a lot of traders have is, and I know I've had that. I'm not saying like, oh, you guys have that problem. I don't have that problem. No. I'm pointing the finger right back at myself here. Just patience and knowing that, I could make $400 if I just hit buy right now or sell right now. And some things, if you want to last long in this game, as I found, if you want to last long in this game, then you have to be patient and you have to have the discipline to not force trades, right? That's what I really, really do love about this system is that it takes all that stuff out. Like it takes all the guesswork out. You, if it populates 6 stars, that is 12 points of decision. That's telling you, hey man, you should probably really look at this one, you know? So then you just do your due diligence, looking left. You find all your points that you're looking for. Look and see if you can find a reason not to get into that trade. If you can't find one, get into it, right? There was a discussion in the Discord earlier from Paul that he talked about 70% of the trades taken with the XBRAT, roughly 70%, are going to be runners if you let them run, right? So it works really well if you pair the XBRAT algo and the day trading bundle with the manager, because that's what's really going to give you that peace of mind to stay in that trade, right? And we'll go over all that stuff and just kind of biding time and letting this first 15-minute candle close here. Now the gold opening range this morning, we'll look at that real quick, make this bigger. Look, so this is the European Open right here. As you can see, it says European. Right, this is the European gold pit. I don't think they have a gold pit, but it might just be like I don't really know exactly what it is, to be honest with you. But I know that there's a European time, and whenever it breaks that range, usually there's some movement, right? And then there's the New York gold pit whenever that opens, right? So that opened, and then we had a break down below, but you want to make sure you wait until after the data comes in, right? And I think this was the data point right here, the first 5-minute candle after the data came in, which extended that range right to from here, which is the, say, 1818 up to 1825, massive range, right? But this is the data range, right? This is included in your daily range, right? So you include that in order to have a more accurate representation of what the true range of the morning range is, that first actual range that you need to break out of. So a breakout of the top of that range would show a long. A breakout of the bottom of that range would show a short. Naturally, with some follow through, because there is some local support and resistance you need to keep in mind. Let's see here. Back to the NASDAQ. I love the NASDAQ. I don't know. She's a cruel mistress. I'll tell you. She's cruel. She will take that bank from you, woo, and not even think about it. Not even think about it. She's gonna be like, I mean, let's see here. All right. Let's see here. Sorry, catching up on the Discord here. If you're not familiar, with this channel, or even if you are, we do have a free Discord that we offer, where you have direct access to me, you have direct access to Damien, you have direct access to Paul as well. You get questions answered. There's a whole community. There's over 300 of us now in this Discord, which I mean, I love that. I love that, because the more the merrier. Right. We have a great time. It's not all talk about trading and stuff like that, and it's not just futures. There's crypto. There's all kinds of different stuff, different strategies, different opinions about things. There's great discussions that go on. So Damien's going to throw a link in the description of this video right here. And that way you have the ability to go there and join up. It's free. Like I said, no pressure, no cost, no nothing. It's not a paid room or anything like that. And I know that if you've been trading for a while, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Those rooms that you get into where they charge you $600 a week or some crazy number like that to go in and listen to them call out some levels. Yeah. Those ones. It's not like that. This is an actual trading community. Man, oil is on the rocket. Wow. Oil. Man, that thing just took off after last week. It's great. So yeah, join the Discord. If you're not subscribed to this channel already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Do all the things. And there you go. Also, if you see some things that interest you, some things that you want to know more about during the course of this session here, you can click on the link that is in the description of this video to take you to the website. Go to that website, and it's the Global Trading Software website. Go there. It's got breakdowns of how things work. It doesn't have the intricate things about how it works, but it gives you a really good insight into like what it does, how it works, and stuff like that. And it will really set your mind at ease if you're looking to invest in this stuff. And really, that's exactly what it is. It's an investment in your trading future, because this doesn't just work on futures or any single platform. It's across multiple platforms. It's got the ability to do the same thing with individual stocks as it does the futures, right? So stocks look the exact same as they do right here. Looking at this right here, they're probably moving a whole lot faster, but Um, you know, that's just, I mean, it works the same, works across board, works on crypto, works on, what else do they trade? Crypto futures, stocks, bonds, I guess. I don't know. I don't trade bonds. That's a big boy trade. And I'm not quite there yet in my young trading career. Oh, check this out. My leopard print coffee mug. Hmm. It's one of those. It's a Yeti type of cup, and I only had time to make one cup, not a whole giant 32-ounce cup of coffee this morning. Running out the door with the kids, and I saw this sitting in the sink because my wife had made some coffee this morning, and I was like, they might make me give up my man card for this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Hmm. I didn't drink coffee. I had no interest in drinking coffee until December 23rd. December 23rd, what is that? 20 days now, almost? 20 days. 20 days ago, I had my first cup of coffee. And it really wasn't even like a just straight black with sugar, please. No, it was it was a Starbucks caramel brulee latte. Yeah, it was. And I took one sip of that thing after my wife talked me into buying a uh, mocha. No, what was it? Frappuccino. Yeah, the cold one. Oh, don't do those. I don't like those. Anyway, so I gave her the frappuccino and took her caramel brulee latte. And yes, I drank myself a nice warm cup of Joe. Uh, what's going on, Paul? How are you, man? Doing well, sir. Doing well. Hope you are. Hope I am what? Ah, yes. Look, so espresso, that is my new favorite thing. Su- uh, oh man, super mocha loco choco frappe latte with extra sprinkles. Oh, I love you, Damien. That's funny. Then a couple hours later, a double cortado. Ooh, man, yeah. So espresso is my new favorite thing. It really is. I'm trying to talk my wife into letting me get an espresso machine because then I can stop going to Starbucks so much, and I can start learning how to do them on my own and just like experiment with different flavor coffees, different roasts and stuff like that. And it just sounds awesome. Sounds like a lot of fun. Sounds like something a a guy that trades would do. He would just be into coffee too. Just being into coffee and whiskey. I feel like whiskey, or maybe something a little more fancy than whiskey. Maybe cortado. I don't know. What is a cortado? I don't know. I'm gonna have to Google that real quick. 2 seconds, people. 2 seconds. I gotta find out what cortado is. Want to be some sort of breakfast sandwich. Cortado beverage. Is a beverage consisting of espresso mixed with roughly equal amount of warm milk to reduce the acidity. Oh, okay, not bad. So you have the double espresso with a tiny bit of hot, frothy milk. Yum. They mix both whiskey and coffee. Yes. I can't wait to try that because I finally like coffee. I can't wait to put some Jameson in it. Or some Bailey's Irish cream. Oh, I bet that's freaking phenomenal. Might be getting wasted before noon, everybody. What kind of machine do you have? Like, I was looking at getting like a Nespresso machine, just because that's like the big name. It's 11 o'clock somewhere. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh man. All right, let's see here. Let's take a look through real quick before we continue our conversation about coffee. Nespresso DeLonghi. All right. Hang on, let me look that up real quick because I've been looking for a Nespresso machine. Or, all right, looks like I've got some signals yet. I'm waiting on a signal to really get in to this. It's kind of ranging right now between the opening range on all of the above. So, and one thing I will say it is definitely don't be in a rush to get into a trade, people. All right, there's no reason to just I gotta do this. I gotta do it now. If the more patient you are, the more opportunity you give the XBrat to do its thing and find a good trade, the more often you'll find yourself in a winning trade. Just a little tidbit of advice. Let's see here. Nespresso DeLonghi. Espresso. Boom. Oop. Boom. There we go. Oh, that's not bad. You probably have the one that looks like got the steel finish on it. I could see that. I could see that in your kitchen. I could see that. Is it almost gone? Can't be having that now. All right, so let's see. What is this range here? That's about 100 points. A little over 140. That is 140 points. Yep. Oh, that's right, because they don't have the combination for both of them. Like I was looking at one. Gosh dang, this thing was like $700, but it put the froth, like it made your beverage and then put the froth on top of it for you. Like you didn't have you boop, push a button and it was done. Do you pack your own or do you use the pods? Do do do. Pods. Okay. So that's just probably easier to do, and I can respect that. I can respect that. There's a lot that goes into the grinding, making sure the beans are fresh and all this stuff. I might have to try to do both actually because I want a good espresso when I want an espresso, not one that I messed up because I did it wrong. I expect that to be a regular occurrence until I get the hang of it, but I mean, I watched the video the other day. The quality of that espresso shot. It all goes down to how good your grinder is and how level you pack it in there. So when you're tamping it down, if you're off kilter just a little bit, it affects the flavor of it, which I just think is just mind blowing. Something that small and simple. I wouldn't expect that to be a thing, but I guess if you're going to be a perfectionist, and I want to do it right, I suppose. Definite ranging. Hey, so I want to show you guys real quick. There is, and I'll post this. Matter of fact, I'll get Damien to post it on tradethefifth.com. There is a free resource that you can get. It's the economic calendar. Okay, if you don't have this up while you're trading, it is in your best interest to make that a habit. Uh, this will keep you abreast of any type of information that's coming out that could possibly be affecting your trade, the trade that you're in. Okay. And it gives you like a color code dot next to it to let you know the importance, right? You got yellow, orange, and red, right? So yellow's not very much impact, orange is more impact, like a mid-level impact, and you have red, which is like, hey, bro, this is serious. Pay attention, okay? So keep that in mind. It's also like for the whole world. It's not just your specific part of the world. It's very open. It kind of keeps you in the loop with everything, and that's super important. Depending on what time of day you're trading or where you are in the world, it's just important to stay on top. Like if I'm going to trade the European session or the London session, I want to know what data's coming out before, or if there's big data points coming out before I log on at 2 a.m. Right? Like I want to know what's coming out, or if I need to log on earlier because they have some CPI data or something like that going on. Like kind of like we had today. But yes, definitely pull that up, and it will give you like the whole week. It'll give you the whole week's overview of what's coming out and around the time frame that it is coming out. So if you're new to trading, definitely get that up. And Damien, if you could throw that in the link of this video, I throw that link in the description of this video, that'd be awesome too. Also, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Global Trading Software's very own Paul Bradby has started doing something crazy cool. Okay, so it used to be that there was a very select few people that could trade with him on a regular basis, right? It was very limited seating, limited number of people that were in his inner circle, right? That's what he called it, his inner circle, right? Well, as of the beginning of this year, he has opened that up to allow anyone that wants to. Well, I say anyone that wants to. There's room for about 100 people in these trading sessions, right? And it is his inner circle where he is taking trades and he is basically coaching through his thought process on these trades and looking at different things on the futures aspect. And it's $60. Now, let me just throw this out there at you, okay? I know personally, I was in a Discord room where it was $600 a week for that kind of, and you couldn't even see what on earth the guy or girl was talking about. Like you couldn't. You just had to take them at their word that they were not leading you astray. And I got a whole probably $500 worth of resets on my gauntlet. I can show you that they were not leading me in the right direction, or at least not painting it in a light that I could, in a way that I could understand it. Right. So Paul is breaking out the video, right? Just kind of like what you're looking at right here, right? Chart, cycling through different time frames, using his own system, right? Using the XBRAT algo, using all of these indicators that he has developed for us, right? To the manager to stay in the trades. Matter of fact, he took a screenshot and posted one this morning of that gold trade. He ended up in profit, right? He used the opening range indicator, and then he used the manager, and he was able to take some profit off the top of that. But yeah, so it's $60, and it's a one-time thing. Like, so he puts out on the Discord. He puts out on the Discord. So it's important that you join the Discord. Puts out on the Discord when he's going to be doing a live. There we go. All right, so we got a 6-star on the 1 minute. NASDAQ looking for a break. Remember, we're coming up into this resistance area right there, so we'll keep an eye on that. But anyway, so $60 will give you access to the Zoom conference, and he's trading from the European session, the London session, all the way into the U.S. Open. I believe, if I read that correctly, it's the U.S. Open, and then about the time that he's done for the day, he calls it a day or whatever. So I mean, you got a really good amount of time with him taking trades, him coaching. Ask questions. I believe it's two-way. I was unable to attend the last one. However, I can tell you that there was a choppy market. Choppy. And they were able to come out on the top. $300, $330. And you may be going, hey, so $300, that's really not okay. So you paid $60 and then you made $300. It's $240 that you didn't have before you started, and all you did was sit down, learn some things, and click a button. It's a way to look at it right there, right? So there's also a couple of different aspects of the inner circle that you can look at. I have a goal. I know exactly what I want to do with it. But if you go to, and we're going to see that resistance area right there, that's this zone right here. That's TROUBLE. And if you're new to spelling, it's trouble. It's trouble. So there's your 6-star open. If you're in this, if you just happen to get in this trade, all right. Let's not do that one. All right, so if you just happen to find yourself in this trade right here, which I don't recommend, however, if you've already jumped the gun and you're in it, listen to the manager at this point. Okay, if you're committed, commit. All right, listen to the manager. I'll leave this up while I keep talking. Anyway, so if you go to paulbratby.com, he's going to throw a link in the description of this video right here just for you guys, right? Go to paulbratby.com, and then there is, I believe, a section for inner circle. Hang on just a second. paulbratby.com. And then there is trading courses. Oh wait, no, you scroll down, and there's 4 blocks to choose from, and you click the inner circle, and there's a couple of different things that you can look at. Okay, there's the on-demand is what he calls it, the on-demand inner circle, right, where he says, hey guys, I'm going to be on trading on this day, feel free to join at $60 on demand, not scheduled too far in advance, but definitely enough in advance that gives you an opportunity to get in there. Then there's the Inner Circle Plus, which you pay a price for at the top end of the year. You pay it for the full year in advance, right? So you don't have to worry about it anymore. Full year in advance. It gives you 2 auto traders for the entire year and access to all the on-demand stuff, period, right? So you have the one fee at the beginning of the year, that covers all of that. 2 auto traders. The auto traders are $1,500 a piece, but they make such good money. Look, I'm not kidding. If you don't believe me, go to the link in the description of this video to all the indicators and go there. They have the trade journal, right? I mean, like, you join the Discord. There's people posting about the profits from the auto trader in the Discord all day long. Not kidding. Oil, you got oil micro, oil full contract, and then you have NQ micro, NQ full contract, ES micro, ES full contract, right? I mean, like it's for TradeStation, and they're coming out with the Ninja Trader version soon. I know that's really been something that they've really been working hard on. But it's close. It's close, right? So try two auto traders. What? Two auto traders? That is unreal. Unreal. Guy yesterday in the Discord, he took he was out. He was out running errands and got an alert that he had entered and exited a trade for about $850, if I'm not mistaken, about $850 in profit. I'm gonna have to go back and look just to make sure I didn't fudge that up. But I am pretty sure, because I know that FG, he had one that was $950, and then Auto Trader must have caught this monster. There it is. So yeah, he was over and a five. Okay, so five micros is what he traded on it, and it was good for 1 point. So what is that? $85? No. You know what? I'm not gonna math right now. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna math. But either way, the auto trader makes money, and you don't even have to be sitting there. Okay. And if you're wondering about the accuracy of all this stuff, okay, I can tell you that Global Trading Software is the most open and honest and genuine, no fluff freaking company that I've ever seen. That's why I'm sitting here. Okay. I'm sitting here with a past gauntlet for the second time because of Global Trading Software and Paul Bratby, the amount of effort and the amount of information that he has poured into these indicators and just developing us individually inside of this Discord. I can't express to you enough how important it is to join this Discord. Okay. It doesn't cost you anything. Okay. The only thing it might cost you is a little bit of time, but who doesn't have a little bit of that? Right. So if you're in this trade, you're still listening to the manager. You took a bit of heat. It's a little hot in there. See here, 35 entry would have been 70, 25. Yeah, you took a little heat on that. Took a little bit of heat on that. But look, the manager's keeping you in this trade right here. Right. And look at it. Personally, I'm going to be waiting until a break and close above this area of resistance right here to get into that. And it may be too late. It may be a little bit later than most people would take, but that's just I'm not in a hurry to blow my new funded account. So I'm going to be patient because one thing that I really struggled for the longest time to get through my thick skull is that you don't have to trade every single day. You don't have to make a trade every single day. You just need to be on and able to trade on the right day, right? Because there are going to be days where the movement is ridiculous and you can literally press buy on any candle that you come up against or that shows up, and you're going to make a metric ton of money, right? Or sell and make a metric ton of money. So it's being patient. It's waiting for the signals. It's looking left. It's finding that support and resistance and not taking anything that doesn't, really scream at you, hey, I'm about to make you $1,000. All you gotta do is hop on. Just come on, hop on. Ride that train. Vanilla biscotti. Who knew? Who knew? And I know that sounds frou-frou Damien. I know. It's okay. I like vanilla stuff. Okay. Boom, boom, Oh, anyway, I'm sorry. I got lost train of thought there. So paulbratby.com, you got different options, right? So you've got the on-demand, then you have the first layer, shall we call it, of the Inner Circle. So it's Inner Circle Plus. Then you have the Inner Circle Premier, right? Paid in advance, one-time fee, paid in advance. We're about to rock out on this. Boom, 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 boom. And we're breaking out the top of this range right here. Look. Looky. We broke out the top of the range right there. Mind the 16,000. Mind the 16,000. Gonna be a little stubborn. It's gonna be a little stubborn. Just keep an eye on it. It's gonna be stubborn. All right, so you've got the Inner Circle Premier, which is paid in advance, and this gives you access to 4 auto traders. 4 auto traders. There are currently 6 auto traders, right? Actually, there's a couple more than that, but we won't get into all of those. Different time frames, right? They're only trading three things, but different time frames. So you got and then on top of the 4 auto traders, you get 12 months of access to all indicators not currently purchased and all future indicators on up to 2 platforms. TradingView, MotiveWave, NinjaTrader, TradeStation, and MetaTrader 4, MT4. You can have it on 2 of those. Do you know that is unreal? That is unreal. The sheer, if you were to buy all of those indicators, it would be crazy, right? And then buy the auto traders too, and then you're trying to make that money back for the first, I don't know, year or so, depending on how much it is. I don't even know how much it all is, but that 12 months access to all the indicators on 2 platforms and 4 auto traders is unreal. It is stupid. That is just awesome. Okay. But it doesn't stop there, because then you get free access to all the on-demands, right? So then you still get to trade with Paul on a regular basis, right? It's not scheduled, but when Paul is available, members will get notifications, okay? And also, members of the Discord will probably get those notifications first, so join the Discord. And then you got access to previous live session recordings to learn from, okay? That's option number 3. That is absolutely ridiculous, okay? But it doesn't stop there. Then there is Inner Circle Premier Plus, and this is the one that I really want, because not only do you get access to all 6 auto traders, all right, all 6 auto traders, you get access to Paul's stocks blend investing signals and stock swing trading signals with trade management. 12 months access to all of the indicators. There we go. Now we're breaking. All right, we got to close. 12 months access to all the indicators on 2 platforms. Free access to all the on-demands, right? Previous live sessions. Access to all Paul's stock blending investing signals, swing trading signals with trade management. But you also get private chat access with Paul on Google Hangouts. All right. So, I mean, you have direct line to the man himself with this most premium of premium uh, options you got here. So go to paulbratby.com. The matter of fact, he just dropped the link in the description of this video. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, yes, yes. It should push on through. So go to the website, y'all. Like, not kidding. This like is an astronomical deal. If you had the opportunity to pay $2,500 and be able to trade with a guy that's been doing this for 20 years, 20 plus years, developed indicators, has also taught other people how to be successful, and you get that access for an entire year to that person, why would you not do that? I'm thinking I'm stupid for not doing it right now. Honestly, I'm like talking myself into just, hey, I'll be right back. Got to go get a loan or whatever. Let me go borrow some money. Actually, you know what? Let me make some money. Hmm. All right, so you still got the manager here. Look, let me show you this real quick. The manager is we're operating off of this 6-star here. Okay, if you're in this trade, you're fine, right? Okay, you picked up 30 points on it. Yeah, you picked up 30 points on it. Actually, 70. Yep. Yes, you picked up 30 points on it. So if you took profit, cool, no problem, right? I mean, you took some heat, no problem, but you turned around and made that same amount of heat that you took in profit, right? So you're still, but if you're listening to this manager right here, which is what it is designed to do, okay, it's telling you to stay in the trade. If you're already in this trade, then just stay in the trade. If you took the entry was one tick above this 6-star candle close, right? So the top of this candle right here is at 70 on the nose, 70 on the nose. So your entry is at 70.25, 15,970.25. Okay, that's your entry on that, which means that if you are in there at that, you already made 30 points, 34 points on that push, right? You're still, I mean, you're still in the money right now, even through this pullback. You're still in the money right now. But if you're dedicated to this trade and you've already taken that heat, but you didn't sell out up top, stay in this joker. Okay, there's a reason why this cloud is so nice and broad and green still. Okay, it's not super narrow. It's not closing in. It's right there. Okay, whenever it starts to transition, you'll see it. You'll see it. Okay, but give the trade some room to work. All right. Now, the couple of different risk management strategies that you can use on with this with the XBRAT algo, the XBRAT system as it's designed. Okay, you have this EMA cloud, which is part of the day trading bundle. Okay, this EMA cloud right here can, and I do use it as my risk management strategy. Okay. So you set your stop. So let me turn this off real quick. Let me switch it over to sim so I'm not screwing myself or anything like that. And if I accidentally get into a trade here. So you set your stop at the very bottom, one tick below the bottom of this EMA cloud, right? So your stop on this trade goes 54.25. That's your stop. I'm sorry, 54 even, 54 flat. That's your stop right there, right? So if it breaks down below this EMA cloud and it invalidates that 6-star signal, it stops you out, right? No good no more, right? So if it stops you out, hey, it's at a minimal loss. It's at a minimal loss. So you're in at 72.5, right? 72.5. You're looking at what is that? 15 points? 15 points, right? 15? Yes. Yes. 15 points, right? Versus most, 15 points. You can come back from $300. You can, and if you're trading micros, you can come back from $30, right? So you can come back, and that's the whole point of how all of this works together, is that it maximizes your profits. At the same time, it minimizes your losses, right? But you have to have that discipline to not do what I did in the very beginning and just, man, I'll just keep moving my stop down. It's going to turn around. It's going to turn around for me, right? And then before you know it, you're gassing, $3,000 or $5,000 on resets like I did. Don't do that. Don't be me. Don't be me. I'm a perfect example of what not to do. Don't do that. Let's see. Oh man. Yeah. So eventually I really feel like this is gonna push. And let's look at the other ones real quick. Everything else is wanting to break out so bad. Even Paul, I completely agree with that. Like everything is just wanting to just become a rocket ship, except for the Dow. The Dow is being stubborn. The Dow is being stubborn. It's pushing up. If you look at the trajectory of it, it's pushing up, but it's just ugh, ugh. So if you're looking for the range trade on the YM, you might be waiting for a little bit. RTY's out the bottom. Huh. Okay. All right. So we're hitting this London session here, or the European session. I'm sorry, hitting the European session here, and it's finding support possibly. Yeah, you're right. You are absolutely right. So we popped out the bottom right here into old support or old resistance, new support, broke through that. Now we're coming down through the overnight. The London session, European session, right there. So expect to find some sort of support there, some local support, at least for a little bit. We've got no signals, therefore we're not looking to trade anything right there. On the range, you don't want to hop in that just yet either if you're looking to take the range, because it just broke down through that. But then you have these overnight lows as well, right? So you've got about 6 points worth of play that you can do, which is 6 points, 60 ticks, 60 times 10, 600. So there's about $600 to be made there if you want to take that. But I don't know. I can see more reason not to take it than to take it, but that just may be me being overly cautious. Gold is on fire. Gosh, look at that 6-star right before the data. I say right before the data. It's about 630, 635. 635. 6-star sell on the RTY. There it is. Now remember, we still have all of this stuff to come down through, right? There's zone after zone after zone down through here. So be mindful of that, okay? Be mindful of that. Don't take every 6-star that you see. Don't do it. Look left. Find a reason not to get into that trade. Find a reason. Look at all this right here. If this isn't enough of a reason, because it stayed here from 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon until 8 o'clock this morning, or well, actually, we'll call it 7. 1 o'clock yesterday to 7 o'clock this morning, and it's been in this range right here. I would call that a zone of support right there. At this point, it broke above, now it's coming back down. I would call that a zone of support right there. That's enough for me. That's just low. That's just within the last day. And then you can see just below this overnight low right here, down to 84.5. That's some pretty decent support right there as well. So do your job, look left, find the reasons not to get into a trade. I mean, if you look left and you're like, if it's been like, you know, 3 years since, it really got stuck at that point, I guess that's not a really good area to call support. I would call that something like fresh air, you know? Uh, but and those are some things. If you're new to trading, those are some things that you'll pick up on as you go through your trading journey. Right, as you start growing and learning as a trader, you're going to start picking up on little things like that. Right, and it's not a bad thing to be new. It's not. You just have to remember that if you're new, just if you're new, just be patient. Don't jump the gun. Don't think about dollar signs. Just think about making that right trade. If you make one right trade a day, and that one right trade is worth $1,000, it's worth it to wait for that one right trade a day, right? If you make that one right trade a day and it's worth $150, it's still worth it to wait for that one right trade a day, because trust me, when you are down astronomically, I'm not talking about being down like $500. I'm talking about being down, like down, like almost at your limit down. It is terribly, terribly just demotivating. It is just a gut punch, right? To try to dig back out of that. So just don't jump the gun. Take a green day. Green days are green days. Not every day is going to be a home run day. It's not. But if you hit a single, if you can just hit the ball and get on base, right? Singles, doubles, those are great days too, because they add up, right? $100 a day is a lot of money if you make $100 a day consistently, right? It just adds up and it builds your account and it builds your buffer. And before you know it, then you're able to take bigger trades, take more contracts, make more money. It's a process. Let the process happen. Take this top off. About time for another cup of Joe. Warm that one up. All right, so the Dow turned around and went the opposite direction on me, which is fine. Maybe she's not going to be ready to break through this. Maybe she's not going to be ready to break through this 16,000 just yet. 16 and stay above. Right now, I did advise that this 16,000 area is going to be a freaking booger. It just is, right? Because it's a perfect place for large amounts of buys and sells, a bunch of orders to be placed, right? Because it's the most even number, right? You'll get them at the hundreds, at the even hundreds. You'll get them more so at the halves, the 500s, but even more so at the thousands, right? Because if you're an individual trader, you need to resign yourself to the fact that you have no ability whatsoever to control this market. Just because you hit buy doesn't mean that the markets are going to go up, right? You are a passenger on somebody else's rocket ship, all right, and you just got to wait for the perfect time to jump on. That's all that is. That's all we're doing individually. So the expat system does a fantastic job of saying now, right? Jump on. All right, RTY, 5 minute, boom, aha. There's the 5 minute right there. Breakdown below that. I mean, you got the 6 star down here at 94.4. I mean, that's a decent jump right there. It's over 10, 16 points. 60. Oh, okay. Did the balance sheet just come out or something? Something just happened. Let's see here. Gold. RTY. Man, this RTY is looking weak. Looking weak. So if you are looking oil inventory, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Oil inventory. Something to keep an eye on right there. Up and down. All right, so we got oil. They're talking about it right now. That's why it's moving. Gold. Wow, okay. Gold's coming down. Usually, even the Nasdaq's coming down. Okay, cool. So here's a key thing that it took me a long. Hey, man, what? You are on fire right now. You are on fire. If you, all right, yeah. So Paul just said he stayed in his oil opening range trade. If you stayed in that joker, right? If you stayed in that joker, you're on fire right now, right? I mean, it's wanting to go up. But he said boom or bust, either one. So, and I mean, sometimes that's just the nature of the beast, boom or bust. Like, hey, like I know this thing has potential. Let's see what it's got here, and just having the discipline to sit on your hands and let it play out. All right, so is RTY continuing down? Yes, it is. Oh, did we break that? Yes, we did. On that 6 star, where are we looking at here? Let's go to the 1 hour real quick. Just make sure I'm not missing something here. Boom, 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 down. All right, so looks like about 7 points. Looks like about 7 points, or maybe this is the top and this is the bottom of that resistance or support zone there. So we could mark here. So that's what? It's 4 points. 4 points there. 4 points there. And the reason that I'm suggesting that is because it has consistently played that level bounce, and then it rejects, breaks through the bottom, crashes down, and then it comes back up the bottom side and it does the same thing trying to fight back up through it. So that'd be a good observation there. 80, between 80 and 70. Actually, you know what? We could probably stand to do this right here. 75 to 70. 75 to 70, that 5 point range right there is what I would say would be pretty doggone important. Right there. Add that guide right there and just show you what I'm talking about. Look, it came up high volume rejection right here. High volume rejection again, right? And then it finally broke up through it. but you've also got it being hit. I mean, it broke down through it, and then reversed back up through it right there. Came down, hit it, reversed, hit it, reversed, hit it, reversed. I mean, over and over and over again. Finally broke down below it, trying to fight back up through it. So you can see that this 79.80 level is really, really, really important, right? So you go down to the bottom of this, to where everything touches on the bottom, and add you another. Cancel. Nope. And then you add the guide right there. Boom. All right. So, and there you have it right there. Okay. That's going to be your zone. So 79 to 73, a little more exact. Okay. 79 to 73 on it. And let's just see where it goes, right? So we scroll left, keep looking left, keep looking left. Does this zone play a factor any other time? Aha. December the 17th. Right here, it plays. And then again, right here on December the 14th, it plays. And then let's see what we got here. And then again on December the 6th, right here, right? So you can see by scrolling left that this is a significant area to keep an eye on, right? So just and that's how you do that. I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I know what I would take, and I know what I look for. And I mean, all right, so if you're overly cautious, you're going to stay out of more trades than you get into. But those trades that you get into are going to be better trades than otherwise, right? At least that's how it works in my mind. And Paul may be like, "Hey, you're full of shit." No, I mean, I might be. I don't know. But that's the way that I look at it. Is if I'm cautious and I talk myself out of more trades than talk myself into, then that gives the algo more opportunity to signal and give me a winning trade. So just because it signals doesn't mean I have to get in the dadgum trade. That doesn't mean that at all, right? As a matter of fact, we've seen that. We saw that earlier, right? So I think the NQ. All right, so let's look real quick at this NQ trade. If you were in the Nasdaq, right? You popped, you made yourself 30 points. If you didn't take it, right? If you did not take it, right? It crossed back over telling you to get out of the trade at right. Okay, so it crossed over right there at 9:35. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This manager tells you 4 candles in advance that you're going to need to hop out. Right? So it's telling you back here that this is happening and you need to get out. Okay? If you listen to this manager, it is the same exact thing as if you're on direct line with Paul. Hey Paul, what do I do here, man? Well, obviously, based on everything that I'm seeing here, Daniel, this is a great time to get out. That's exactly what that is. Okay. So he has figured out a way to put all of the indicators that he looks at that determines whether it's a good trade or that he's staying in the trade or that he's getting out of the trade. He has figured a way to put them all into something that is super simple to look at, right? It tells you the volume in the previous candles, right? It tells you what type of candle it was. So you have this cyan dot up top that tells you that's a higher than average volume candle, right? If you're going up and you're in a long and you see higher than average volume candles, that's great news, right? If you're in a long and it's going up and you see a bunch of higher than average volume candles, and then you start seeing some smaller candles, and you're like, I guess the momentum is dying, or maybe I don't know what's going on here, and you start seeing some candles that would raise some questions. You look and you see what type of candles they are, and you see that they are turning from accumulation candles at higher than average volume to just regular upwards moving candles at lower than average volume, right? So you see lower than average volume, lower than average volume, lower than average volume. You're like, something doesn't smell right here, right? Paul, what are we doing here, man? What's going on here? Well, as far as I can see, stay in the trade. Okay, cool. Right? So it's picking up on this stuff. You also have a couple of different settings, right? But if you start seeing some stuff like this, where it is a distribution candle, it's a red candle, higher than average volume, red distribution candle. Red is distribution, blue or cyan is just a regular downward moving candle. Okay, so the difference between a red candle and a blue candle is slight bit of difference. There's a little bit more sells than there is buys in the overall volume of what was just traded inside of that candle. Okay, same for the green versus gray, accumulation versus regular upwards moving candle. Regular upwards moving candle is going to have it's not going to be there's not going to be a ton of difference between the buys and sells. There's just going to be more buys than there are sells by a certain percentage, right? It's going to give you the indication that it's just it's just a regular upwards moving candle. There's just more buying than selling in that candle, which it makes sense, right? So you watch the volume in these candles right here. You see all the volume starting to die out. You see this boom, one last pop, right? And then you start to see this lower than average volume, downward, boom, higher than average volume, boom. If you're using the proper risk management strategy here, you're all right. We got us a 6-star sell on the YM and to break out the bottom of the range. Is it going to commit or does it have commitment fears? No, let's see. Patience, pace. It shall does. Nothing wrong with waiting all day to take one trade. And we're in the first hour, so an hour and 15 minutes. All right, so back to the NASDAQ trade real quick here. Actually, you know what? Let me look left real quick here. We broke down below the bottom of this London session or the European session as well. So the London session, and we are crashing through here. Let me do my due diligence real quick here. See if I can find a good reason not to get into this joker. Well, there's plenty of it right there. There's plenty of it right there. NQ got us a 6-star right into the support. Right into that support. All right, so let's break. Let's do this. Shrink that down. Look this up. We need to see it come down below the London lows here. And then we're going to be kind of where it was trading all night-ish, right here at 836 to 807. Then we have the overnight lows, which is going to be another beast all in itself, right? But, I mean, there's still 100 points between where it is now and the very bottom, right, where we could see another bounce like this right here, right? Because it's sold on the London session. You see that it's sold and it populated a 5-star, which is 11 points of decision, 12 points of decision for a 6-star, 11 points of decision for a 5-star. So it met a ton of criteria, not enough for a 6-star, but still populated at 5-star, which is why you wait for the next candle to break down below this candle before you get in. That's how that works. And then you see the bounce, right? So then you're like, oh, okay, good. I didn't take that trade. At least that's what you should be thinking, right? So yeah, we're entering this pocket of resistance right here that I would be very cautious of. be very, very cautious of that right there. And we'll zoom back down to the 15 minutes so we can see what we're dealing with here. All right, so as far as the opening range goes, it did $300. It did. Look at it. Look at that rocket, baby. Look at that rocket. All right, so real quick, opening range trades, okay? Opening range trades. If you get into some heat with the opening range trades, just know that the opening range trades are usually big boy trades, okay? If you don't have the big boy account, you can always do micros, which is completely and totally okay. If you trade micros, no problem. No problem. Nobody thinks that you're less of a trader for trading micros. Matter of fact, in some cases, you're probably smarter than everybody else. All right, so when you enter the trade, you see the tag is green, right? You see the cloud is green all the way across. Your entry is literally one tick above the top of this, right? So we're looking at about 82.18, 82.17, 82.18. 82.18. 82.18 is the entry on that, right? And you took that right here. Right here. Now, did you take some heat on this bad boy? You sure as hell did. You sure as hell did, because it came back down. Now, what I imagine happened was down, reject, then it started down and then turned around and went back up, right? Which is why this one opened up right here. So you took your got in right there. You still took heat on this joker, right? I mean, you still took some heat, but overall you came out on top, right? So you have yourself a target profit target set, right, or a minimum number of ticks, unless there's just some crazy volume backing that thing up. Because one thing that you need to remember about the opening range trade is that it is 90% momentum. Okay, 82.28 was my entry, just above pivot before opening range. Okay, so right about here. Yep, right there. Right there. So he got in one tick above that pivot, right? So 28, and it's still rocking. The man himself making that money. Let's see if that NQ is breaking down yet. Nope. Is the YM breaking down yet? Nope. All right. So back to what I was talking about. All right. So you're going to take heat on it. So your stop is set at one tick below the bottom of this cloud right here, right? So if the bottom of this cloud is at 88, so your stop is at 81.89. 81.89. That's pretty decent size. That's a pretty decent size range there, right? 81.89 to 82. I'm sorry, 82.28, which would have been the more logical entry, right, above that last pivot high. And that's how you operate your thing here, right? That's how you operate your stops and stuff like that. So some cases it's gonna be better if you do trade a micro, right? I mean, look, I had a I wouldn't say bad taste or bad outlook, I guess. A bad outlook on trading micros. Like, why would I trade micros and only make $1 when I could make $10 trading a full contract? Well, let me tell you, because you last longer sometimes, right? You can trade 4 micros and make $4. You can trade 4 full contracts and you could make $40, or you could trade 4 full contracts and make $80, or and there are times when that's cool. Like I'd do it when I see something and I know it's fixing to go down. I'm doubling down, right? I'll go from one contract. I mean, like, even if it pulls back, I double down, right? Because I know it's coming. I know it's coming. Everything in me is screaming, it's coming, right? Let's see here. Just like a breakdown below this right here is going to bring about that probably. I would see 100-point cascade to the downside there. I could see that happening very easily, very easily. Yeah, we got some stuff to work through, but yeah, I can see that happening. And there's the break. We got to move down. We have to move down. Now, if you took this trade on the 6-star, manager's telling you stay in the trade, right? So here's how you work that. Okay, if you're in the trade and the manager is telling you to stay in the trade, and then it just boom goes into a straight parabolic move, right? And it just dives, boom, like the next 3 candles. What's going on, Mark? Yes, yes, yes. That is true. That is true. That's the best way to stop thinking about commissions. I mean, I didn't even really grasp the concept of commissions until I was trading the gauntlet during my first tragic trading experience, and I was like in out, in out, in out, in out. You know, and I would do that 50 times. Well, $4 times 50 is 200. I don't know if you all knew that or not, but yeah, $200 in commissions, and I ended up like losing money on the day, even though I made money on the screen. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so definitely something to keep in the front of your mind about commissions. Also, the broker that you use definitely will have an effect on those commissions as well. So yeah, if you're in this trade and it goes parabolic and it just the next 3 candles in a row, like this right here. All right, so let's say we got a 6-star sell. I'll make it bigger so you can see. Let's say we got a 6-star sell right there, right? We are coming on down. I like this. I like it a lot. All right, so we're going to sell one. Boom. Put that back above the pivot. And see what we can do here. So yeah. All right. If you took this trade, we'll bring this one back up here. If you took this trade and it had a 5-star, let's say this distribution candle right here was a 5-star sell or 6-star sell. After this giant cascade right here, right, you are going to do this. You're going to take this band, you're going to click it, and you're going to click it to aggressive, right? That aggressive is going to change. It's going to change your exit, and it's going to make it sooner, right? So it's going to switch back to the opposite color, right? So it's going to switch back to green sooner than later, right? Which is going to allow you to get out of the trade and maximize your profits. So that's how that works, right? And also, just please keep in mind that there's a ton of information on the Discord. Okay, there's a ton of people on the Discord that use this stuff, and everybody wants to help everybody. It really is awesome. You can get on there, and it doesn't matter where you are in the world. There's always somebody on. There's always somebody on. Shoot, I'm on most of the time. I'm not gonna lie. People ask me if I ever sleep, and sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. But that is that. All right. All right. Well, we are going to make a run through real quick, see where everything is here. 5 minute 6-star sell on the NQ. That's definitely a positive move in the direction, right? We are in the 6-star sell on the 1 minute, and we just made $200. Cool, I'll take it. So that's my 10 point scalp there that I've got set up. I took a little heat on my gold opening range this morning. I did not do what I was supposed to do. I did not wait for that break above that pivot high. I mean, this candle right here, it got me. It got me. But hey, you live and you learn, right? So, I'm down a little bit on the day, which, hey, it's the nature of the beast. You're not going to win every single day. You're not going to make a metric ton of money every single day. It's just kind of like almost impossible to make a ton of money every single day. But you can break even and you can come out on top. A green day is a green day. Be happy with a green day. I know I will be. A green day is a green day. I'm cool with green day. I can dig it. Now, hang on just 1 second. I'm going to grab my water real quick. Ugh. No more coffee. I forgot to eat breakfast this morning, and I'm like, ooh. All right. So, as you can see, let's see. All right. Sorry, I got an email about. All right, so that's interesting. Interesting. Okay. So, just got an email from Helios Trading Group. Because I was asking him, I was trying to enable the micros or trying to trade a micro on this morning, and I was, because you do a systems check, right, before you start the day, right, and I was gonna hop in and out of micro real quick, first day trading on the live account, and I wanted to be cautious with it. I wanted to take my time and just work through the nerves of the first day, but it wouldn't let me. So they said that you can have up to 4 contracts open at a time, micro or mini, unless you remove all of the minis, and then you can have 40 contracts. Well, the way I understand that is 40 contracts, right? Hang on. I'm going to have to do some math. I'll do math on that later. I'm not going to do it right now. Anyway, so my solution to working through the nerves of the first day was to come on here and talk to y'all about the stuff, So that's how I did that. All right. And finding your yeah, I know. I was about to say, one of them is it just doesn't make any sense. Now, granted, the way that the scaling system works, the scaling system works is once I make like $1,500 in profit, I can trade up to 8, and then when I make over $4,000, I can trade up to 15 contracts. And so, I guess it'd be just as easy to go just wait and just build up slowly but surely, which is how I'm going to do it this time. Why? Because this thing has the chance, I'm going to give this the opportunity to be exactly what it is, and that is life changing, right? It can definitely change your life, change your circumstances, okay? Which is the reason why I'm doing this. It's the reason why I started trying to learn how to do this. Nobody's going to give you anything for free, right? You can either go out there and work your ass off for 40 years and then retire and make minimum from Social Security or whatever, or you can learn how to do something that's really going to impact your life, your family's future, your kids' future, and even their kids' future. Grandchildren, great grandchildren, great 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 grandchildren, right? I plan on teaching my kids everything that I've learned about trading, right? So that whenever they get, that is absolutely true, Paul. Nothing that is free has any value whatsoever. But yeah, I plan on teaching my kids everything about this so that they don't have to rely on banks to give them loans or credit cards to put gas in the car and stuff like that. That they know that if they can just come on here and just make $200-300 a day, shoot, even $100 a day, as a college kid, $100 a day is way more than enough, right? You can it can prevent you from cascading downwards in that debt spiral. So, and then they can continue to pass these lessons along to their kids. And then before you know it, something like this has completely altered the direction of your entire family, right? So, with that being said, we took one trade. We hung in there. We hung in there. We followed the 6 star, took 10 point scalp off of it, hit my profit target. I was actually going to try to adjust. I don't know if you saw my mouse. I was trying to adjust it, but it didn't work before it hit. So we'll take our $200 and we'll call it a day. I'll probably be sitting here watching this for a little bit, but the Eternals just came out on Disney Plus, so I'm probably fixing to go eat something because I'm shaking like a leaf, all this caffeine, and then I'm going to sit down on the couch and I'm going to watch the Turtles. Disney Plus, go for it. But yeah, so I will do these. I will do these as often as I can. Some changes coming about in my own life. Nothing concrete yet, so I'm not going to divulge just yet. We'll call it a surprise. But I'm looking forward to being able to share that with you. Hopefully, I can come on here and do these a little bit more often. I should be able to, but we'll see, depending on if I get a late call or something like that. 35 years now trading and teaching my kids to trade. Yep. Yes. Yes. Mark, my man. Same mindset. I love it. I love it. All right. I'm gonna hop off here. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, right? Do all that stuff, right? Now we got a bunch of links in the description of this video. Okay, one's to the economic calendar that I completely and totally suggest that you get and you keep open on your computer when you're trading, because it will give you a heads up to any data that's coming out that could go against whatever trade you might currently be in. There is a link to the website where you can find all of these indicators. Okay. There is a link to the Discord. Join the Discord. Join the Discord. Okay. There's no good reason not to join the Discord. That's where you're going to have all your questions answered, access to people that have tons of experience. And then you have a link to Paul's Inner Circle, which, by the way, is having a session tomorrow tomorrow morning. And if you'd like to be on that journey, go to that link, click on it, do the on demand, $60. You can, case in point, he made $300 off the oil trade this morning. Done. Oh, there you go. There, you can register right there on the Zoom. That link. There's going to be a link where you can register for the on demand for tomorrow. Okay. So do it. Do it. Take steps to better yourself. Invest in yourself with these on demands. Okay. Invest in yourself with these indicators, with these bundles that he's got that are working perfectly. They work like they're supposed to. By God, look at this. Okay. Look, 6-star, boom, we got in, we took 10 points. We listened to the manager. We're still in the trade, and now we're up more than $200. As a matter of fact, we're up $400. Now we're up $500. You know what I mean? Like, it just, because you listen to, they all work together. They all work together. You need to invest in yourself, invest in your future. Okay, that's what all this is. It is an investment. Okay, it's not something that you're going to buy and then it's going to sit in the closet for 7 years before you have a garage sale. No, these are things that you will use on a regular basis because they are truly life changing. Look at that, 40 points, 40 points, 50 points. 50 points. Listen to the manager. That's what it's designed to do. Okay. Y'all don't forget to hit the like button. All right. Follow the links. Appreciate you guys stopping in. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys again soon. Okay. Y'all have a great day. All right. Happy trading.